Hey, good morning. I've still got that deep voice. Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1639. Welcome to a Wednesday. It is Allen and Ginter release day. My boxes came a little early, delivered daily, which I'm very surprised by because usually I get like a notification that your a printing label, a shipping label has been printed like the week before. And so when nothing came on Friday, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get these on time. And then Monday, which I expected a label on Monday, and I'm like, yeah, I guess 2 days to Wednesday. It was printed and picked up by FedEx on Monday and on my doorstep Tuesday afternoon. I was shocked because I was fully expecting my boxes to be delivered today, Wednesday. So I was able to get a couple boxes ripped last night. I'll open the other 2 boxes this morning. And then tonight, 7 o'clock Central, we're going to run Allen and Ginter singles, 2025 Allen and Ginter singles. I did rip 2 boxes last night, kind of a disappointment. But that's the thing. If you're unfamiliar with Allen and Ginter, it's a set builder's product. It's an oddball product. If you only want baseball cards, don't buy Allen and Ginter because you're going to get celebrities and you're going to get trees and random shit. So if you only want baseball cards, not a good product for you. If you want hits, autographs, not a good product for you. You get 2 hits per box. Now, the hits range from an autograph or a patch or a mini framed relic or a rip card, maybe a booklet. My 2 boxes that I opened, the first box was a pretty big dud. My first box was a Wilson Contreras napkin relic, and gosh, what was the other hit? See, it's so unmemorable. The second box was better. I did pull a Steve Garvey gold relic, which is new, I think, this year. They've got they did the foil filigree. They started doing the foil filigree parallels a couple of years ago. Now they have a gold filigree. I think that's what they call it. That's what I'm going to call it because it looks like the foil filigree, but it's gold, and it's numbered to 50. I did pull out of the first box, I did pull a Jackson Jobe gold foil out of 50. The second box, I pulled a Steve Garvey, everybody's favorite, gold filigree patch out of 50. And what else? And a Gary Sheffield mini framed relic. So, and I did, I don't know where my box went, but I did pull. So I'll show you some Cubs. So this is this year's Allen and Ginter. Here's a Kevin Alcantara chrome refractor. Here's the Pete Crow Armstrong base. Here is a A&G back, Kevin Alcantara mini A&G back. Matt Shaw rookie. Dansby Swanson. I don't know if I pulled any dupes of Cubs in those first 2 boxes. Here's Andre Dawson. We'll find out as I go through them. It was Kevin Alcantara day because so I got the mini A&G back, the refractor, the base, and also the silver foil. So a lot of Kevin Alcantara. Here's the Ernie Banks. Cade Horton's rookie. Mo Baller's rookie. Moises Ballesteros. Seiya Suzuki. Ronnie Santo. Here's the Cade Horton foil. Wicked Curves insert of Fergie Jenkins. Cubs had a big checklist. Ryan Sandberg, Shota Imanaga, and Matthew Boyd. Big checklist for the Cubs. And I would assume that's all of them. I would assume that's the team set on those base. So I did not buy a case of Ginter this year. I've bought I've bought a case of Ginter almost every year since 2016. Or wait, 2015, 2016. I think 2016 was my first case of Ginter. But yeah, it was, because then I bought 2 cases in 2017. There was a year that I didn't buy any. I think it was 2021. I think it was one of the COVID years I did not buy any Ginter. I bought a case I think 2020. Maybe I didn't buy any in 2020, and then 2021 I bought a case. And it was a dud. So the last few cases, and I don't know if I've made any money on my Ginter cases since 2019. Surprisingly. So there might have been one year, and I'm not. So the reason I didn't buy a case this year is because the last couple, at least the last 2 years, my cases of Ginter have been duds. I loved the product initially because I was getting like case hits. Well, I was buying cases, so of course I was getting case hits, but I was getting like big case hits. And then that all dried up. Because I was pulling, like, I think the first 4 years, I pulled like a $400 to $500 card out of each case. One might have been last year. I think 2 years ago, my biggest hit was like a $75 card. I think I did pull like a $100, $125 card last year, but it was a big dud. And even last year, I was selling everything. You know, I would sort it out, and I was selling base and still losing money. And that's been the case the last 2 years. So this year, I love the product. I love ripping it. I don't intend to make a profit on it. I'm going to sell it tonight. I'm basically going to go through the entire 4 boxes I bought. And what I'm going to do is team lots. There's probably going to be team sets and maybe some duplicates. But basically, some will not be team sets because there's probably going to be some singles where, Paul Skeens, stuff like that. Otani, I'm going to run as singles. I did pull also out of that second box, which was a good box. Was it second box? Yeah. I pulled Otani, like rare mini. And they're going for like $30, I think. But still better than a Wilson Contreras relic that's going to sell for like $3. Hopefully. So tonight at 7 Central, I'm gonna do the Ginter, and basically everything with the exception of Cubs will be up for grabs tonight. So, to get rid of the base commons, we'll do team lots. So that's and probably do some lots of mini. I hate dealing with minis. Again, Otani, I'll run single, but for the most part, I'll do like A and G back. I'll lose my ass on those. I've done that before. Was it last? No, it was earlier. Was it this year? It had to have been because I didn't start live selling until April. So, so tonight, 7 o'clock Central. I had something happen yesterday that's never happened to me before, which I expected at some point I would get stood up in trying to buy a lot, cards, just anything. So I had a meeting set up, and unfortunately it was somebody I did a deal with in person just a couple weeks ago, and expected a solid, easy deal. We were going to meet halfway. So we had somebody. My wife ordered a gigantic coffee table, and I got home when it was delivered. It might have been over the weekend. I don't know. Whenever it was delivered, I walked into the living room and I'm like, "What the fuck is that? That thing is huge." She's like, "Yeah, I don't like it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't either." She's like, "But I think it'll go perfect in your basement." I'm like, "No, I don't want that monstrosity in my basement." She's like, "You've got so much room in your rec room." She's like, "You need something to take up the space." And I'm like, "I don't know." So we had our not really. He's a I guess handyman. He's our demo guy. So our demo guy came over, and him and one of his employees moved it down into my basement, and then So I had that. So anyway, that's a different story. So it's all good. I have a ginormous, monstrous coffee table in my basement now. So I had this meeting set up in near Rockford, small town outside of Rockford, for noon. So the night before, we were texting back and forth, and still good to go. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna have to push back to 1. And the reason was because we had this stuff going on that I had to take Ernie to daycare. I had to go to the bank to get some cash. So I just wanted to allow myself some time. I didn't want to run late. So got everything done. I was actually running quite a bit. Actually, noon would have been perfect if it happened, because I would have got there. Well, I did get there at like 10 after 12. I had so much time that I'm like, oh, Harvard's only 12 miles away. I'm going to go run to Walmart because they always have a good card selection there. So I did. I was running way early. Got there at 12:10. So I'm like, I got plenty of time. I run to Walmart and get a couple boxes of Mosaic. Do a car rip. Failed. Not a good day in opening wax yesterday. So I get there. I pull in. So I'm opening my Mosaic. It's like 1:20. We're supposed to meet at 1. And he had texted me earlier, like, I'm leaving now. And this was like noon. I'm leaving now. I'll be there at 1:10. I'm like, oh, okay. And so at 1:20, I'm like, hey, I'm here just to, let you know I'm here. And then I get I don't even know what the response was, but stuck in traffic was the first response. And so I'm waiting. And then at like 1:45, and I'm like, but at this time we were supposed to do lunch, and at this time it's like, I'll just have a fucking sandwich at the gas station because I don't have time to do this. So then it's like, I'm still a ways out. It's like, a ways out. You're an hour away. You left an hour and 45 minutes ago. Can we do this another day? Are you fucking kidding me? Now I'm out 4 hours of my day. So I wasn't pissed at first. I was pissed, but now I'm more like, the more time that has gone on, I am more upset this morning, even after sleeping on it, than I was yesterday. I'm like, Jesus, are you kidding me? Like, I've been sitting here for an hour. By the time I get home, I'm going to waste 4 hours of my day, which I am fucking jam-packed. I don't have time. So I'm pissed. So I'm like, I'm done. So I ended up texting later. I'm like, I'm done. Move them elsewhere. I'm like, if we do this again, like, you're driving to me. Like, I'm not doing this again. And so the message was sent back later, how about tomorrow? I can drive up. It's not supposed to snow. It didn't even snow yesterday. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I think it was the biggest issue. It's not the time that I wasted. I think the biggest issue is the trust. Like, I lost trust because there was poor communication. Like, yeah, we got a lot of snow over the weekend. There was no, I looked at the Chicago forecast. There was no snow in the forecast. The interstate would have been, once you get to the interstate, which is most of the drive, if you're coming from Chicago, most of that drive is interstate. The interstate, you could do 150 if you wanted to, because it was bone dry, not a sliver of ice on that pavement. So the whole weather, snow, ice is bullshit. Even if it was still a little bit snowy, it wouldn't have taken you 2 hours plus to get there. So I think the trust is my biggest issue. That it's like, no, I don't want to deal with it. You lost me on that. I'm done. And you wasted my time, which is also really pissed me off. So I'm done. And the stuff that I was buying, I can get it just about anywhere. It's not like I was buying a one-of-one superfractor. I'm just buying mid-grade vintage. I can go find it. It's a diamond. I'll go to Tony Gordon's show in Oak Creek. He's got an entire vintage show if I want that stuff. So I'm done. So that really, and I'm dealing with this shit. And I've got, I had over 600 orders to ship, which I was able to get, I think, everything done by the deadline when I got home. And so I got that. We put our Christmas tree up last night because my wife is leaving in like an hour to sunny Florida. She gets to leave the snow and cold behind. So we put the Christmas tree up last night. We got a new Christmas tree. We've been using, and we for like the last 3 years, we've been talking about. So our old Christmas tree had like the flocking, like that stupid ass fake snow on it, which gets everywhere. If I'm wearing sweatpants, it's like colors me snowflake white. And so and it's a vacuum, like you can't vacuum it up enough. And so finally, like the last 3 years, we've decided we're going to get a new Christmas tree and just didn't go through with it. So this year we finally got a new Christmas tree. The old one we just put on Facebook for free, Facebook Marketplace. Hopefully somebody that needs it. It was picked up within like 20 minutes. My wife posted it on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody claimed it, picked it up, boom. And hopefully they need it. Hopefully it wasn't like, oh, free stuff on Facebook, I'm going to go sell it. So hopefully it was somebody that actually needed the tree. So we got that up, and tree is up. That was my night, and I opened a box on the couch. So I've got 2 boxes of Ginter. I'll get to the chat here in a second. My initial impression on Ginter, it is what it is. If I didn't know what the product was about, I'd probably be pissed. Like, oh, this is garbage. But also do your due diligence. Like if you're going to spend $100+ on a box of cards, like at least know what you're getting. I see so many people buying, and this has been going on for years, buying a box of Ginter. Like, oh, there's no autograph. There's a card of a tree. It's like, Jesus, like do a little research. Like, I mean, it would take you 10 seconds to realize Ginter, if you want this, like this is like, no, not for you. So I like it for what it is. It does seem like, it definitely seems a lot more watered down from where it used to be. Same with Heritage. And I think that's the reason I don't like Heritage anymore. You know, I kind of blame it on the 70s designs, but going back 10 years ago, I couldn't wait until we got to the 70s designs. The 70s decade is my favorite design decade of all time in Topps baseball cards. And I hate Heritage now. Not hate is a strong word. I still enjoy Heritage, but I just don't look at who it is. Hey. Ernie, that's my map. Ernie, that's my map. Hey, where's Mom? Where's Mom? I need that. Where's Mom? Hey, I need that. Ernie? Where's Mom? Who's here? Ernie? Where's Mom? What's this? God damn it. Hey. You motherfucker. He stole one of my maps. And I don't have a duplicate. He's going to rip the damn thing to shreds, and I'm not going to know where to put people. That's in 3 months. That's a Bo problem in 3 months. The Pokemon show in March, we're going to fly. What map was it? Hopefully it was a small map. No, of course not. It was the big room. All right, so let's go to the chat. Red Light's in the house. Good morning. He's in the crane. Gundy, good morning. David's in the house. Good morning. Gem City, good morning. Happy Ginter release. Throw that Wilson Contreras napkin in the trash, right? On the trash or in the trash? So here's the hit. As I was chasing Ernie, I'm like, I might as well get something So here's the mini Otani. It's the in 222 mini parallel. This is the Gary Sheffield mini framed. At least the mini framed relics look pretty cool. It's not just a napkin. Here's the foil. Here's a Ken Griffey Jr. foil filigree. Yeah, you can't really. There you go. It's got the little foil on the side. Here's the Garvey gold filigree, numbered out of 50. I'm calling it gold filigree. I assume that's what it's called. Here's the napkin. Wilson Contreras. This is from 2 boxes. I got a Roki Sasaki Chrome rookie. That should do well. I got a what was her name? That 70s card show? Donna Pinciotti refractor. Here's the gold filigree Jackson Jobe. This is numbered out of 50. I got a Bobby Witt Jr. Rainbow foil. Oh, Ellie De La Cruz. So that was decent. Game used memorabilia. So I think those were my hits out of 2 boxes. So, I mean, do you think that's $200? $300? How much were boxes? I think they were like $150. Like, do you think that was $300 in cards? Nope. So, of course, you get all the base too. But what are you going to get for the base? Mark, good morning. What the F? I know, right? Philly Joe is here. Good morning. Halapa, good morning. I don't like the way YouTube is doing the names now. Herman, what's going on? Long time. Dan is back. What's going on? Manazama, what's going on? Jim City says, did you see there's a Mitchell and Ness box that has exclusive stuff, $150 box from Fnatic? I did see that. I don't have any interest in that. Like, I never had really interest in Allen and Ginter X. I just like regular Allen and Ginter. Herman says, new grandson got here Friday. Congratulations, Grandpa. Very cool. Dan set his Christmas tree up today. So did we. Well, I guess it would have been the same day. Today for him. Today for him. Is today for, I don't know. Last night. Manazama rolls the eyes. Watch any Hallmark movies yet? I've had them on in the background. But no, I really haven't watched any new ones. I have watched probably fewer Hallmark Christmas movies this year than I have in several years. Just haven't. We had as we decorated the Christmas tree, we had Christmas Vacation on. So we did. I don't know how you guys decorate trees, but initially we started with just random ornaments, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. It's just a Christmas tree with generic ornaments. But then we started. I don't even know how it started, but we started buying Christmas ornaments from like trips. It probably started in Italy when we went to Italy for our honeymoon, and we bought a Christmas ornament, and we had I had some Christmas ornaments, my mom always had the crappy ones that I designed in school. But now we've been together for 11 years, I think 2014. Yeah. 11 years. So now we got an ornament in New York, and we picked up a bunch in Switzerland last year. Oh, we went to Maine. Did we get anything from Maine? I'm sure we did. So we pick up from different trips, and there was an ornament that it was from a weekend trip we did with some friends, and it was a reminder of how annoying some of that trip was. And I'm like, I don't remember this. And she's like, oh, you do. I'm like, oh, yeah. All right, where are we at? Gem City says, if you pull the Emma Roberts auto with the Mama Breaks inscription, it's got a 10K bounty. Wow. Gem City says, congratulations, Herman. Dan says, congrats, Hermie. Gem City says, will you have a Ginter mini fish slot? Probably. Sure. I'll have to try to get those Braves tonight, 7 o'clock Central, Allen and Ginter. Philly Joe says, any cool non-baseball, non-sports? No. I don't think so. The check, I don't know. Here, I'm just going to grab a random pile, see what we have. So just out of this random pile, Ty Cobb's got a card. Actress Jamie Chung. And she's married. Who's she married? She's married to somebody famous also. And she's an actress. One of the minis is Oceanside, California. Beach in it. So beaches. Let's see. I feel like there's less celebrities. Sway Calloway, Radio Hall of Famer, has a card. Oh, here's a fish. Barracuda. 50 fish from Global Waters is that set. Who's this guy? Ethan Zone from Reality TV. Pro soccer player when he rose to fame as a contestant on the 3rd season of Survivor in Africa. Fichtner. William Fichtner. He's appeared in numerous blockbusters, including Heat. Is Heat a blockbuster? Contact, Armageddon, Black Hawk Down, The Perfect Storm, Longest Yard. I don't know who he is. Bishop. Who's this guy? Andrew Bishop, a musician. Plays the clarinet, so I probably never heard of his music. Rischel. Zach Rischel. Red Clay Strays. Never heard of him either. This just means I'm getting old. When I haven't heard of most of the celebrities in Allen and Ginter, just means you're old. That's all it means. Peter Weber, a pilot. Peter worked as an airline pilot before gaining fame for his appearance on The Bachelorette. That's why I've never heard of him either. So there you go. So that's another musician, Eric Keene, 20 years as the bassist in the Menzingers, punk rock music. Never heard of him or them. So just a sign of being old. Mine is bigger. What's going on? I love the thumbnail. I have Sammy Sosa's rookie card. How much is it worth? If it's just one of the regular Donruss Tops Upper Deck Score, couple bucks, $2. Dan says it's 24 degrees in Korea. That's probably what it is here right now. Let's see. What's my current temp? 30. But it feels like is 16. We've got a low overnight of -2. That's not fun. Gem City says giant coffee table or hibachi dining table. It could be both. Halapa says she's trying to reduce your possible hoarding capacity. That's actually a good thought. That's a good plan by her. Although it's just a bigger table to put pile shit on, you know? My coffee table, I just cleaned it, and the old one that we gave to the demo guy, piled with shit. And so it just means I've got more shit to pile on it. Bigger space. Gem City says, what I'm hearing is Bo doesn't like to miss lunch plans. No, it wasn't lunch. Actually, the lunch part was like, that's going to take another 45 minutes of my time. I'll just get drive through somewhere. Dan says, when I lived in Oak Park, I'd get Real Trees, Fraser, I believe. I like the smell of Christmas trees, of evergreens, but I don't like they're a mess. You've got to take care of them. You've got to give them water. So actually our tree now actually looks like a tree. You know, our old one with the fake snow, the flocking, didn't look like a tree. This one actually looks the part. Nobody needs a tree. I'm the oddball collector. I'd love a one-of-one moray eel. TD Sports Cards in the house. Good morning, Daniel Jones fans. 608 says, good morning, Bo on the run. Get that dog. Yeah, the dog ate my homework. See? It's true. It's true. You leave the homework on the floor, your dog's going to go eat it. I bet it's ripped into like fucking 17 pieces out there. I'm going to have to tape it together so I know my layout for the next Pokemon show. Fortunately, it's not like I have to do it next month. It's in 3 months. So what I'll do is I'll put it all in pieces, and then I won't be able to find it in March. Be like, fuck, I don't remember the layout. Gem City says, Big Earn gives us a glimpse at what Bo as a dad would be like, and I'm here to say the hypothetical kid is lucky, right? Found Treasures, good morning. Gundy says, Ernie wants to know where you go to. Halapa says, my daughter bought me a Walmart box of Topps update for my birthday. Is it worth opening, or am I better off keeping it as a memento? Oh, you've got to rip it. You've got to rip it. I mean, it's Topps update. It's Topps update. So I am always, it doesn't matter what it is, you rip it. Now, if it's me, it's a little bit different. No, any retail, any modern retail, just rip it. They're printing so much of it right now. It's not like it's going to increase in value like 2018 Topps update or 2011 Topps update. In fact, it'll probably decrease in value. Rip that fucking box. Gundy says, oh, he's mad he didn't get a table. Dan says, I do love mini framed. Burley has Allen and Ginter Wicked Curves and Sweet Victory inserts. Nice. That dude says, do the relics state they are game used or the usual BS statement that there is a random piece of jersey? Well, let's see. So the Ellie De La Cruz says game used memorabilia on the front. However, let's flip it around and see what it actually says. So the back says this is a genuine Topps Allen and Ginter relic card. Well, no shit. That features memorabilia from Ellie De La Cruz. All right. So now the fine print says the memorabilia contained in this card is a game-used piece of equipment or uniform from an official MLB game from the featured athlete, but may not be from the event depicted in the image on the card. Oh, so it actually is game-used. I like they put that word. They had to put that wording because they did something with Topps Now where they airbrushed, showing my age on that one, where they Photoshop, whatever they do now. Is it Photoshop? Caleb Williams. And it's like, that's not even from the game. It's like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? Some people. So yeah, actually game-used piece of equipment from an MLB game from the featured athlete. So it is an Ellie De La Cruz game-used piece. So that should have some value. Found Treasure says we watched Scrooge the other night. Can't believe I've never seen it before. Oh, great movie. That's one of those movies that I haven't watched in a long time, though. And you don't see it on TV that often. Like Elf and Christmas Vacation, always on. I mean, always on. Mark says, my wife and I met in 2014, too. Very cool. Very cool. Victor, what's going on? Good morning. Cooter's here. I drink Irish coffee, hand out hangers, and while the daughters decorate, there you go. I like that gig. I did kind of hang back. So I'm not a good decorator. I don't know if you could imagine that. My wife is. So I put the generic ones on. I just kind of hang back and like I'm there and I'm helping, but I make sure the hooks are because they always get, balled up. So I make sure those, and then I'll just kind of put on some generic ones. I let my wife put on all the good ones, like the memorable ones, because she can put them in places that actually look good. I'm just putting shit everywhere. Cooter says, I miss the days when a hit was either one of your favorite players or a card. You need it to complete the set. Hits were not defined on value. Old man. There's an old man statement right there. Gem City says the fish from Global Waters is a 50-card set. I need to get that set completed before Christmas for my 7-year-old. He will love it. Very cool. Gem City says, Cooter, I agree, but I think it's possible to have both, be happy with some cards and also expect some value. Yeah, I mean, to me, like the Matthew Boyd was my first Cubs card. And it's like, oh, cool. Like, I always get excited on my first Cubs card from a set. And I didn't get any duplicates, which is pretty cool. Like the Kevin Alcantara refractor, like that's cool. Like there's a little more value in that, which means I don't have to go out and spend $5 or whatever it might. I mean, eventually it's going to be a quarter box or it's a refractor dollar box card maybe. So in that sense, it's nice that, hey, I don't have to go out and find this. Not that I actively seek out cards from sets. I just, when I come across them, hey, I don't have that. I want it. So, but I still get the excitement. And that's part of the reason I like Allen and Ginter is because it's not just about the flip for me. Do I want to recoup my money? Absolutely. But at the same time, it's like I enjoy the randomness of Allen and Ginter, and I love the Cubs. Let's see. TD Sports Card says Wisconsin is going to get to -20 next week. Don't tell me that. Are you for real? You for real, Clark? My Apple, although the Apple weather app sucks. So right now it says 20 above. So Monday, 24 degrees, Tuesday, 35, Wednesday, 40, Thursday, 25, Friday, 32. That's next week's temperatures according to my weather app. So hopefully my weather app is correct and you're wrong. Gundy says Red Clay Strays are a country band. They won the CMA Award for Country Music Group of the Year. Never heard of them. And I listen to some country. TD Sports Card says, I remember in 2021, I bought a Buy It Now slab for $30 that was going for $50. Guy said, dog ate the slab. So glad the random COVID sellers are gone, right? Jalapa likes that description. Dat Dude says the wording has changed, so maybe Topps listened. I remember a product that included an MLB hologram on the jersey swatch. The serial number was traceable to the game. That's pretty cool. I can imagine the logistics of that is a giant pain in the ass and probably not worth the juice ain't worth the squeeze on something like that. No duplicate shows that multiple cases are needed to complete a master set. Oh, I would imagine. That's probably the case anyway. I mean, there's just a lot of shit. Like, I think long gone are the days where it takes a single case to complete a master set. I think those days passed a few years ago. So that's what I had for today. I need some fucking coffee. All right. So hit the like. Oh, eBay Live. So tonight, 7:00, eBay Live, 7 Central. All Allen and Ginter release days today. We're going to celebrate it, running singles and lots. Tonight, 7 Central. Tomorrow. So I had to scrap Topps Chrome Basketball because they've pushed it back. So I think the new release date for Topps Chrome Basketball is the 18th. It was initially tomorrow. So December 18th, Topps Chrome Basketball release day. So in place of it, we're going to do a vintage night because I'm sitting on a ton of vintage. I bought more vintage over the weekend at the Madison Card Show. So we're going to do Vintage Thursday, kind of like what we did way back in June, I think. We did Vintage Thursdays, and then I ran out of vintage. And I just didn't go out and seek more out. So now I've got plenty. We'll do a Vintage Thursday. It's not going to be a weekly thing or anything, but we'll do Vintage Thursday tomorrow night. I've got to get that updated on my eBay Live page. So tomorrow night, and then I'm not sure what the weekend holds. I'm homebound all weekend. I'm not going anywhere. So we'll probably do a few streams over the weekend, make up for lost time with the Madison Card Show this past weekend. Speaking of Madison Card Show, December 27th, Alliant Energy Center. If you were a dealer at the previous show, make sure to check your email. I want tables rebooked, and I'm going to do a follow-up email this week today because I want all tables rebooked by Friday. That way I can open it up. I've got a small list of people that have reached out that want to get in, and then before I make it public, which is going to be next week. So if you haven't booked, do that today, please, or tomorrow. Do it soon. I want those rebooked by Friday. for December 27th, Alliant Energy Center. All right. So that's what I had for today. Like and subscribe. Tonight, Allen and Ginter release day on eBay Live, 7 o'clock Central. Hope to see you there.